Hello everyone, today we're here with Marissa again. Say hello.
Hi.
So today we're going to be doing a big color correction on her, but not so big because we want the results to be really subtle. You can see right now she has about a level 5 red with these lighter coppery pieces through it. The end goal is to make her look like between a 6 and a 7, and I'll explain why in a second. I'm just going to go ahead and do her foils, and I'm going to explain why I chose the formula that I did. So in this bowl, I didn't mix my usual blonde me. I didn't need a lightener that was that strong. I'm used to using the regular Agora Royal lightener. I do want to neutralize a little bit of the red in her hair. I do want to keep it warm, just not red. So I did add about 2 grams of the cool additive into it. Okay, so here are her foils all done. I put in a ton of foils because we want the color to look like it's growing out of her head like that. Now I did say I want to neutralize some of the red, and I'm going to do that within the foils. But I'm not going to do that with the color in between because she wants her change to be relatively subtle and what she's already used to. So if I really wanted to really neutralize the red, then obviously I'm going to put a color in between. But for this stuff here, this lighter stuff, I'm going to show you how I formulated it. So in here, basically I take the color swatches and I hold them up to her hair and I just try to get the best possible match. So what I found, or what I settled on, is half 6.34 and half 7.34. In the bowl, I mixed it 1:1, and I did use 5 vol because I do want it to be permanent. I want it to penetrate into these parts to give her long-lasting results. And then I also mixed it 1:1 because I want the color to be really saturated. Okay, this foil is now ready to be rinsed. You can see it's perfect. What I'm checking for is actually this darkest part of the color. So what we're choosing to put into Marissa's hair is I'm gonna mix half level 6 and 7, not natural actually. Hang on. We're gonna go here to 7/8 and 6/8. So formulating for a color correction can be kind of tricky. Typically when there's only 2 to 3 levels of difference, mixing a second or third bowl of toner isn't necessary. But as I always say, there are no shortcuts to great hair. So when there's a visual break in the color, and I'll explain what that means in a second, you are going to want to mix an extra bowl of toner. In the hairdressing world, a level 6 is classified as a dark blonde. However, the average person looking at a level 6 is going to think that it looks brown. A level 7 is when it starts to look like a blonde and it has that coppery undertone, and a level 8 is where it starts to look really blonde. So here's what I mean by visual break. From a level 6 to 7 to an 8, it clearly looks different. Because of these clear visual breaks in color, I do recommend that you mix a second and or third bowl of toner, depending on what finished result that you want, to make sure that the color that you get at the end is fluid from root to end. So here she is all rinsed and power dried. It actually looks perfect. This is a perfect example of what I meant by once you hit a level 7, how it starts to look like it's in the blonde family. It looks considerably lighter than a 6, even though it's just one level of difference. So you can see where I first started her foils. It is a little bit lighter. So I want a little bit more of a deposit there. In this bowl, I have mixed 1:1, 6.8, just as a demi, because she does have some natural roots and I don't want it to lift at all. That will give it a little bit more of a deposit to make it look darker to match the rest. And then in this bowl, I have half 6.8, half 7.8 with 2 grams of a blue additive to just help to neutralize a little bit of that excess warmth. Remember, I still want it to be warm, but just a little warm. And I mix that 1 to 1.5. So as you can see here, I started foiling right at the side. So it's a lot blonder. So because it's blonder, this is where I'm going to start toning. So what I'm going to be styling her hair with, because it has this natural texture, I'm just going to run some replenish oil through her ends. And then I'm going to spray some fixins for some body. You've seen me use this combination in videos before. It is beautiful for blowing out texture and making it nice and straight.